The sun beat down on the land of Zorah. This was home to the tribe of Dan, a strong and proud people. A woman, barren for many years, received a blessing. An angel appeared to her, promising a son. This son, the angel proclaimed, would be different. He would be a Nazarite, set apart for God from birth. His hair, never to be cut, would be a symbol of his dedication to God. He would be given extraordinary strength to deliver Israel from their enemies, the Philistines. The woman, filled with joy and wonder, shared the news with her husband, Manoah. They rejoiced at the promise and eagerly awaited their son's birth. Finally, their son arrived, and they named him Samson, meaning son or strong one. As Samson grew, so did his strength. He was unlike any other child. It was clear that God's hand was upon him, preparing him for a great destiny. The people of Dan looked upon Samson with awe and expectation. One day Samson journeyed to Timnah, a Philistine city. He was on his way to seek a wife, as was the custom in those days. As he walked through the vineyards, his heart filled with anticipation, a sudden sound made him stop. A roar, deep and terrifying, echoed through the air. A young lion, full-grown and fierce, charged toward Samson. Its teeth were bared, its eyes blazed with primal fury, and its roar shook the very ground beneath Samson's feet. Fear threatened to consume Samson, but he stood his ground. He knew that God was with him. This encounter, he sensed, was a test, a challenge to prove his faith and his strength. The lion lunged, its claws outstretched, aiming for Samson. In that instant, the Spirit of the Lord came upon Samson with an overwhelming force. His muscles bulged with supernatural strength, a power unlike anything he had ever experienced. Samson grabbed the lion's jaws with his bare hands. He felt no fear, only the power of God surging through him. With a mighty roar of his own, Samson tore the lion apart, ripping its jaws asunder. The beast lay lifeless at his feet. Samson, amazed by his own strength, stood there for a moment, catching his breath. The encounter had happened so quickly, so powerfully. He knew that this was no ordinary feat. It was a sign, a confirmation of God's purpose for his life. Days later, Samson returned to Timnah. He passed by the carcass of the lion he had slain. To his surprise, a swarm of bees had built a hive within the lion's skeletal remains. The air buzzed with activity as the bees diligently worked, their honeycombs overflowing with sweet nectar. Intrigued, Samson reached into the lion's carcass and scooped out some of the honey. It was the sweetest, most delicious honey he had ever tasted. He ate his fill, savoring the unexpected bounty. Samson continued on his journey, carrying some of the honey with him. The encounter with the lion, the miraculous victory, and now this sweet reward filled him with a sense of wonder and purpose. He knew that his life was set apart, chosen by God for a greater reason. Samson reached the Philistine city, his heart heavy with the secret of the honey. He met with his bride-to-be and her family, and during the customary celebrations, he shared a riddle with 30 Philistine men. Out of the eater came something to eat, and out of the strong came something sweet. The Philistines struggled to solve the riddle. They had no idea that the answer lay in the carcass of the lion Samson had slain. The riddle, born out of Samson's extraordinary encounter, became a symbol of the hidden strength within him, a strength granted by God. The story of Samson and the lion spread throughout the land. It became a tale whispered among the Israelites, a beacon of hope in their ongoing struggle against the Philistines. Samson, the Nazarite, the one chosen by God, was a testament to the power of faith and obedience. Samson's story, passed down through generations, continues to inspire. It reminds us that true strength comes not from physical prowess alone, but from a deep and abiding faith in God. Samson's life, marked by divine intervention and extraordinary feats, serves as a testament to the power of God working through ordinary individuals. Even in the face of fear and adversity, Samson's story encourages us to trust in God's plan, to find strength in our faith, and to believe that even the most formidable of obstacles can be overcome with God's help. The honey from the lion's carcass, a symbol of unexpected blessing, reminds us that God can bring forth sweetness and victory even from the most unlikely of circumstances.